don't think we had much of a manifest though.
No, you didn't have any, because it wasn't payroll or bill week last week.
Rains at 4. Hey, done.
I think the Valley did this thing for you. I'm checking it out.
Do we have any other correspondence other than what we know?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, that's not. That's nice.
No problem. Do you have any concerns?
That's what I didn't do. Did you do? Oh, that's.
Yeah, sometimes we'll address this. Any comments on that?
Yeah, Kelly's got here that gravel and paving were discussed last week. I think we just did the paving bits last week. The gravel was the week before.
I think, when you guys asked what David had been doing, he has said.
Oh, he just said working on the
He's been
numbers.
gathering, yeah, I can certainly
Okay.
change that if you like. Yep.
Anything else?
No.
I didn't get anything else. All right, I'll move that we accept the minutes as amended for that. Second. All in favor?
Yeah.
I have a couple questions on these.
Go ahead.
The discussion about how to collect the unpaid transfer station fees, is that gonna be posted anywhere?
It's at the transfer station, I believe it has been posted already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it posted like on the,
And it's
here, or on the, how about on the town webpage?
I don't know if it's on the town website.
It's not on the town webpage, it's posted here last week, and it's posting all at the transfer station.
It's on the town webpage too, is that
It's
on?
not, yeah, yes, yep.
It could go on.
Oh, was there a non-public tonight at 6 o'clock?
Nope.
And technically the minutes aren't correct, are they?
No. We had planned on it last week, and we did not have one. So we'll call that correct. We will postpone that until
Yep.
in a forum.
You also had the, you have a quorum, don't you?
More than a quorum.
Okay.
100% attendance.
I was going to say, otherwise we really couldn't have the meeting, so. Okay, you had a comment also, complete review of the budget was done. There was some concern with high negative percentages.
Just stuff that shows up in the budget, on the budget in the computer that doesn't look right. So like when you see something that shows up as negative 215%.
Okay, but negative.
Right.
Okay, because there were a couple of things that I thought were kind of high, but I hadn't noticed any negative stuff, so that's all. Okay.
So that was for those guys to chase down and correct.
Right, there's a meeting tomorrow night, which you know, I'm sure, and I just want to be clear on that. Seems like a lot of departments are high on supplies, but that's another story, so, okay.
One Optimus staplers.
Simply.
And rubber gloves.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, and couple pieces of correspondence we'll get to real quickly. We have two appointments to vacancies for the planning board. David Canesco as a planning board member, and Randy Rhodes as an alternate planning board member. And we have both signed those, accepting their willingness to serve. And then the last thing we had was Conservation Commission has asked Joyce Campbell. Am I missing the last name there because it's
Coots.
Coots, thank you, to become a new commissioner. She's agreed to do so and would be a welcome asset to the commission. And we would accept that also.
We did,
Yeah. And that's it. So, moving right along. Are you up?
I am. I'm Barbara Porter, and I live on Griffin Hill, and if no one here knows where that is, it's across from 12A where all those loggings are there piled up for the last 7 months. They've been logging up behind, you go up Griffin Hill Extension, and there's the Class 6 road up there. So today I put my hiking boots on and I went up there and I tried to walk it. This, I want to say, either yesterday or today, the sign was finally put up there that said that without further notice, that road was closed off until further notice. A great big huge sign. Now, that's the Class 6 road. They're logging out on the other end, probably 3/4 of a mile, maybe. That's a snowmobile trail that the Snowmobile Club has maintained. You could drive a pickup truck over it. Now, all you can get over it is the logging truck with chains. Now, in one section, when you get to the top of the hill, across from where Danny Metcalf lived, a gentleman from Keene bought the property there, and it's nice and green. He put a lot of money into it. Now, as I was walking the road, they've made a small ditch like this, but that water's running right onto his property that connects with Kevin Clark's. I don't know if he's been up there to see it or not. It's not horrendous, but still, I would think he might have a concern because it is muddy now. I walked up there even further, and it's terrible to walk. There's ruts like this. It's down so far that the whole middle has all been scraped up, and there's all rocks, big rocks, little rocks, a whole bunch of them. Now, as I was walking up through there on the left-hand side, I'm not awfully good with feet, but I'll say 150 to 200 feet they put in these logs or something to build so that they could get the truck through. Some of it is like 6 logs apart. It looked like square to me, but anyways. And then there's gaps, and then there's the logs again, and they go from 6 to 8, depending how much they needed so that they could get their truck up in there. Then I kept going further, and I couldn't walk any further, and I'm pretty good still at walking in bad areas, so I had to go into Kevin's field and walk all the way down to the end. I walked all the way down to the culvert, across the culvert, and I see where they're doing all their business. They're logging up there. And so, okay, you start up the hill, that's fine. The mess is from the top, across from Paul Monty's to the other side of the culvert. They've taken up there, when you get to the top, to the left is the trail to go to South Acworth. That's all, I'd say that's probably 300 feet of mud and rocks and stuff. Now my question is, who's gonna fix it? And they gotta bring that back to the specifications that the snowmobile club had. The snowmobile club, probably 3 years ago, they got money, they get their money from the state when we had a couple of good years, and they put money into that with trucking, with, I don't know if there was a bulldozer up there. They put the culvert in, the snowmobile club did the culvert, but that was a nice trail. You could drive a Jeep up it, you could drive a pickup up it, you walk it. I'd take my grandkids up there, and that was a trail that could be used. Now it's been trashed. Now, I don't know what you mean, make me say, well, trash. You talk to the loggers and they'll say, oh, nothing wrong with it.
Right.
I had to walk down through Kevin's field and the other guy's field when I came out of it because it's a mess.
So to be clear, we're talking about the Class 6 road?
It's a Class 6 road.
Okay. And do you know who's logging back there?
I have no idea. It's a white truck, it's got some name on it. I couldn't tell you.
The name on the truck is Shane, I don't know who the logger is.
Gotcha.
Shane is doing the truck.
Isn't Dave supposed, did Dave take a picture before?
That's what we're supposed to do. So,
Well, okay, excuse me for interrupting, but
yep.
do they have to ask permission to log and use a Class 6 road from you?
Yes.
So I would assume David got the permission?
Usually the process is they come in and they make a request saying we would like to log up here and we're going to need access via this Class 6 road. What typically gets done is we pass that request on to David, and David does a couple things. He looks at the road, the shape it's in, and considers the suitability of it. Is it capable? And if so, then he's going to take some pictures, the before pictures, and then work will go ahead and proceed. If it's really torn up and they're in the middle of everything, I don't know. And the other thing is that on a Class 6 road, we cannot do anything to improve it. What we can do is we can look to the people that are tearing it up to say you need to put it back the way it was.
I would think that would have to be in there somewhere, is that somebody,
Yes.
would have to repair it.
They are responsible for it.
And that would be responsible for bringing it back to the condition that it was in
Yes.
before they started. Does anybody know how much longer they're going to be there?
These are questions you have that we don't have answers for. Or maybe you do.
Where's Dave? Does David have any answers?
He should.
You should.
Now, I have another question. They graded that hill yesterday because they go up there with that logging truck with big heavy chains on because it's a hill right up like that. You would never know it today. They were up there this morning before 7 o'clock. I saw the town truck go up. That's when they must have put the sign there. The truck is at the bottom of the hill. Tonight when I came out.
Right. So evidently, Highway has closed this road.
But they should have done it 6 weeks ago. It should have been done the 1st of March. Maybe I should have been down here then.
We just need to have a conversation with David and
Because
find out what's
we
going
know
on.
this has not been a cold winter. It would have been probably okay if we had a nice, deep freeze. But unfortunately, we didn't. So
Quite a while ago, put the signs up, didn't you?
This is completely different.
Different? Okay.
So that's what we need to do. We need to talk with David. We need to see where he's at with all this. And then we can provide you better answers and we can provide those in writing.
The other thing is, I noticed as I walked up there today on the left-hand side, there's trees marked in blue. Has somebody put a request for more logging to be done up there?
Without knowing the specific, we have a request for logging, but I can't tell you based on the.
Without like map or lot or
Right.
specific name.
Yeah, I don't know even who owns it up there, but I do see trees marked. I don't know if it's Blanche Flower that owns a bunch of land up there or not. I have no idea. And then the other question is, who cleans up the foot of the hill? Down at 12A.
If it's before before the class 6 road, then
It's
that's,
before, it's right off,
Right by the state.
right, you can't have
They use that
this
for a landing.
logs. Who's gonna
Right where you
climb
turn to
that
go
stuff?
from your house on 12.
yeah, that'll either be, you know, us, or if we feel that the damage was done,
He has to do that.
yeah, he's gonna have to do that. The logger.
And I think I've not talked to him, but I think he will do it. I mean, it's a customary to take care of.
For the logger or for David?
The logger usually.
Yeah. If the logger's doing damage to roads, regardless of who owns them, then the logger's responsible for cleaning up his
Okay.
mess after.
Then why isn't the logger responsible for grading? They're the ones that have caused the grader twice this winter to be up there. I don't know if it's been up there more than that, you know?
But we can talk
No,
about it.
but, part of the problem is when he went through the first time was mud. We're just trying to get it shaped up some.
Yeah, but it's all,
And now, yeah, now
it's all
this,
like that again because of the big chains.
yeah.
So that was kind of a wasted paying for somebody to run that grader to have it the same way as it was the day before.
You're not talking about the class 6, the town.
No, I'm
wasn't
talking
grading
about the
class 6,
town
right?
road as you go across the bridge to the left up there, the hill that goes up that, the chains, it just,
Corrugates it, makes it like a 10 ring.
well, it makes it like it's and go over.
The wrong way across the 10 ring.
But
I wish I had more answers for you.
that's my beef.
That's okay, and I appreciate you bringing that
It's
to
not
us.
really a beef, it's a concern.
It is.
It's too pretty up there to have loggers ruin it and then
Well, the
not.
snowmobile is work hard on those trails.
Well, they do, and the other thing, if they don't remove those logs, a snowmobile runner is going to catch one of those.
You bet.
But they need to be taken out, they were never there before.
Griffin Hill.
Well,
Bachelor.
no, I know, that's not the one, no, they're fine, they did theirs, they went up the right-hand side of the hill, up Griffin Hill, I call the other Griffin Hill extension.
Okay.
They're out of there, and they don't come back in until, and that's, Renzelman up in, Alstead Center, I believe, that does
Yeah,
that.
Peter's doing it, yeah.
Peter's doing it, and they're very considerate of people who live up there.
It could have been one that we approved, probably approved 3, 4, 5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Oh,
a year ago.
longer than that, because I would say they've been there since fall,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
yeah,
They've been in there since fall.
yeah.
So,
David's supposed to be on that, so we'll have to ask him.
yeah. The only answer I can give you is we have no answers for you whatsoever, other than to share with you what the logger's responsibility is and what the town's responsibility is. And we will be in touch with David to discuss this and perhaps take a drive up there and take a look,
Okay,
as far as we can drive.
you can drive to the top of the hill, and that's about it. Because the other across, you can drive as far as Paul Mullins, but even that's mucky now across from him. But you can drive that far, you can't drive.
I just put a lift kit on my Prius, so I'm feeling
Okay,
great.
you do that. And you'll be all set.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I thank you for bringing that
Thank
to
you
our
for
attention.
your time. I should have come down. I've been going to do it and just,
Oh, we're glad you did.
Yeah,
you know, because it's,
we're here every week. And we appreciate you, like I said, bringing that to our attention. And we'll be back in touch with you through Kelly.
You can certainly give me a call, because I'll speak to David tomorrow at
Absolutely.
his office, and we'll figure out, where exactly it's logging and who it is.
I have no idea. I know where they're logging. They're logging right next to Bachelor's at up Griffin Hill there. They're cleaning it right out. Then it goes down behind, for Shears. It's that area, that section of through there. But,
We'll find out.
Yep.
I'm just concerned really about.
Did David put the road close lane up?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was, I'm sure it was done today because that truck went up this morning and I waited for the rain to stop. And then I took my ski poles and I went up it. And I'm telling you, you gotta have mud boots and you wanna make sure that you're sturdy on your feet. It took me an hour and a half to do it, but I did it.
Maybe she should call Kelly if she sees another truck up there if the road's been closed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, feel free to call the offices if you see anybody trying to get up there with the road closed sign up.
Okay, well, they had to have come out with a sign, they wouldn't have known it going in, because they went up, as I said, before 7 this morning. And I didn't happen to see it come out, but I'm sure it came out loaded, because they're still working up there.
I got you. All right,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Fire department. How's the fire department?
Still cooking,
Yeah.
waiting hopefully for our new truck. We've got a couple more new members in the pipeline, as I understand it. And I'm guessing there's no way we could speed the background checks up.
How long are they taking?
I'm not sure because I don't get told when they actually start the application process. Bateman?
He was sent up quite a while ago. So when someone comes in and they fill out an application, we have them fill out the background check, and then we send that out as soon as we do payroll or bills. It can take anywhere from 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, depending upon how long.
I've seen it go longer.
Yeah, so his, I want to say at least 3 weeks ago, if not longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we haven't had anything come back on him yet, but his has already gone out. I'm not sure we can put a call in to the state. They don't really.
I don't think it'll do any good. I think
doesn't.
we've tried that before,
Yeah.
and it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can go over there, walk in and walk out with a background check that quick,
Yep,
but when it goes through the mail, it goes into the pile.
Yep. yep. We don't let those sit at all, the background checks. So,
Okay, as far as the truck, I guess we've completed everything on our side we need to complete,
Yes and no, the door.
other than the door.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get a run
You've
at it.
got time. Did Austin get his?
Yes.
in? Okay.
Well, he gave us a proposal.
yes.
Yeah, and I think
But
he has,
I don't think, were there numbers on, I don't think there were numbers on it.
he had numbers on everything except for the actual
Oh,
door.
that's right.
So,
His
Austin,
proposal is multiple repairs in one quote,
Yeah,
from
yeah,
my understanding,
yes.
when you asked.
And
no door.
And on this one, I think I'm gonna recuse myself, because Austin's a good friend of mine and neighbor.
He's a good friend of mine too, what a.
Tough to rock. Yeah.
So that means you can't do it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I should be involved in this decision. The concern was whether all the quotes were equivalent or reasonably equivalent in terms
Well, I've
of
only seen
scope
one.
of work.
It
We had the other one.
may not be, and that may be partially my fault, because I realized yesterday or today, when I was thinking about this, we had a structural engineer who came in last fall, maybe even earlier, because when I met her, I remember I was wearing shorts, so it was, a lot warmer than now. And, and so, the information she had emailed me about the header and some of the things that needed to be done, I had passed to Austin, and it dawned on me that when they were talking about this, I'm not sure I really knew the guy from the town was doing a quote, well, not really from the town, but I'm not sure what his name is.
Rosenberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure he had that information available to him, but, you did have a third quote, which I know you don't want to make use of, but you can compare the scope of work to kind of try to see, where the prices are and whether you know somebody or not. It's a small town. You got some prices. We've gone nuts trying to get somebody in here to give us a quote. Look at them and look at the scope of work and forget whose name's on them and make a decision based on that, so.
It's all to you. I have no part in this discussion. Yeah.
Okay.
We just learned about recusing yourself. Remember that?
But you don't have a financial interest in it, do you?
No, but I just don't want to be in a position where it's a good friend of mine who's bidding on town work.
Okay.
Was there a deadline on the bid? Because I thought Rocket said something about Bowdry. Did we get one?
We haven't got one from Beaudry, and Jesse thought we'd get another one. We haven't received anything. I think Jesse's proposal is good for 30 days. I think I vaguely remember seeing. Austin.
Yeah, the thing about that is that there's no price, there's no door. You're building an opening that there's no door that you can put in it. Let me see the quote, I'll read it. No provision for a new overhead door is included. I am not aware of any specification pertaining to one. I will forego speculation in lieu of it. I would be pleased to consult with the town relative to this need and generate specs and costs if requested.
Do you include anything for panels
No,
for the door?
nothing, just the opening.
Okay, so I thought he was in contact with Team Door.
Well, you may
Maybe
be.
they never got back to him and he knew we had to get something in, and so that's what he put in.
I know King Door never got back to us, because we called multiple times as well.
You know, I know the first quote, they had a hard time getting a final answer from Team Door. So there are other vendors.
Who's actually, the selectmen ultimately are responsible, but who started the process of getting quotes? Was it the
I was calling people trying to get quotes,
Trying to get quotes.
last summer, and we couldn't get people to respond.
What's the other quote? Is there a second quote? Everybody keeps talking about the
This
second
one.
quote.
Is that?
No, that's my stuff. Must be in
Oh,
there.
it's in here. Yep. So Joel had Bill Rodenberg go through and kind of make a list of stuff that needs to be done in the
But there's
town.
no quote. Oh, yeah, here's a quote.
There's multiple ones, yeah, because he gave some quotes.
One for the door was almost $3,000 higher than the initial quote that we got.
Was it? I can't remember the cost.
The total $9,800. Well, it may not be a total. I haven't read this one, so I don't know. I'm just going to take a minute and see if there's a door in here.
And regarding this entire thing, I'm gonna say we're confident that we can find a quote, get the work done prior to approximately 200 days passing before the.
Install, have you done?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were commenting on this.
I was commenting on the delivery date
No, I said no.
of the truck.
I don't think it's an issue for tonight. I think the bottom line is it just got to stay on your radar.
Quote by Rodenberg Property Services. Install new 12-foot by 12-foot overhead door to match existing. Existing what? Existing door?
There's two doors, so
Oh, there's two doors?
and they're only doing work on one to raise the roof there.
Oh, to match existing. I bet he means the
One on the
panels.
other side.
So they look sort of
They
like
look
the
the same.
same,
Okay.
Yeah, sort of.
only bigger.
And he has allowances in his bid for things that he expects he might find. For instance, he has an allowance for raising the water line, an allowance to move the electrical conduit,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera.
It's all necessary.
More likely, yeah. Well, I don't know, actually. What I'm trying to figure out, he's got two estimates. I'm trying to figure out if one is.
One is just to add one door panel, and the other one is to put in an entirely new door, which is what they recommend in the vendor.
Well, I would think you'd have to, okay, I see what you're saying. And the difference between those two is $1,500. And both of those are cheaper than the other one who doesn't give us a door. So we've only got two bids. Can you comment on this?
This decision.
Well, I mean, I don't think you need to make a decision tonight. It's
Okay, good.
As I
Move on to the
said,
next subject then.
well, as I said, it's gonna be on the radar, but
It is.
maybe somebody can take an action item and follow up with Rock and find out if he talked to the people he was going to about.
I'll send it, yeah.
Or maybe someone will suggest we have this as an agenda item for next week.
Yep, I'll do that too.
Very good. All right.
I would ask for a waiver on 3 quotes for turnout gear for the fire department. We get have gotten all of our stuff through Globe. The handles, the drag handles, should something happen to a firefighter, are all in the same location, are all set up the same way. All of the helmets are the same, so if we need a shield, we have them in stock. If we start going to different vendors, we may not be able to get the same brand name helmet. It just makes everything easier for us. they're as close as we're gonna get to a local vendor in that they're in Pittsfield, New Hampshire. Should we need repairs, the sales rep will come through, pick the stuff up that needs to be repaired, and take it and bring it back.
Okay.
Anybody else, we need to have it shipped. The other advantage is when we have a new member that needs new gear, they have to be sized properly.
If they're local, they can do that. So, what are the name brands? You referred to that. Because I assume
You mean as far as what we're using right now?
the equipment itself, when you talk about a
We're
socket
talking-
coat with a drag handle.
Yep, that's a globe coat
Okay.
and pants. And then the helmet that we're using is a Cairn 660C.